Hey, welcome back to Wings. When I spoke to Liam O in the winter, I was absolutely obsessed with his show Boots that he starred in on Netflix. Since that time, Boots was canceled, which I totally don't understand. It was so good, so important, and so unique. But still, the interview with Liam is very relevant. So enjoy my conversation with Liam O, star of the Netflix show Boots. Liam, you're like famous now.
Certainly more than I was a couple days ago.
It's kind of wild.
Yeah, I mean, the show's like,
It's
oh,
really good. It's really like
I,
forget that it's you. Like I'm
I'm
into it.
glad you think so. I mean,
Oh,
like,
I
that's
think
the
it's
thing
really
is that
good.
I am not a subjective viewer. You know what I
I
mean? Like,
no, of course not.
I wanted it to be good, obviously, and it's my first time ever going through a process like this. So, like, I hoped it was good. I'd seen
It's really
trailers.
good, Liam. It's
It's good.
really,
I
I
know.
I think the relationships are so fleshed out and so raw. And I think
Yeah.
that it's different than anything else that's on TV. And I was like, oh, of course I'm going to watch it because it's Liam, but I'm totally hooked.
Thank
Like
you.
I keep forgetting it's you.
That's what I'm going for. I mean, the fact that I like have literally no hair, I'm completely bald, I think helps with that.
It helps, but
Yeah.
the only and then I have to like really interview you because we're doing this blog post on you. But
Uh-huh.
right now I just want to talk about
Yeah.
I have so much to ask about the show, but then I got to
Yeah.
go and we got to talk about your ATC journey.
Of
But
course. Of
before,
course.
of course, we have to do that. So first of all, my biggest question is how long did you have to train to be able to do all that? And did they give you like a personal trainer or anything before you started shooting?
It's fun. Like that is the question that everyone asks. And it's fun. And the thing is that the answer is no,
What?
because which is I know, but it's because I had like 3 days in between getting the job and starting. I was doing once up at Writers.
Yeah,
I was literally like I was living
living your regular
I
Wilmette
was
life.
at my parents' house in Wilmette. I was
And
finishing up
when
the
was
run of
that? So
one,
when was once?
spring of 2023.
Okay.
I was a week away from moving to New York. So I'd like the run of once was almost done. I was going to move to New York. I had a roommate in a room, and I was like they had already moved in. I was like gonna meet them there about a month after. Um,
Once.
uh, yeah, and then I was literally at a show on a Saturday night, and I got a call at intermission, and it was all of my reps, and they were like, "You got the job, congratulations. Can you be in New Orleans by Tuesday?" Um,
And this was Saturday?
it was a Saturday night. It was a
So
Saturday night
wait,
at
how many
intermission.
times did you audition for it? And did they see you in person?
Oh, I mean, I auditioned. I think I sent in my first tape in January, so and it was April, so I'd been auditioning for at least for like 4 months. It was all virtual, which is in like the new world,
Yeah, but
so
not for such a
tapes.
physical show. I'm shocked.
I did a couple of Zoom sessions and like chemistry reads and stuff over virtually, but no, I'd like never been in person. And I think they were rushing because the strikes were coming down the pipeline. So like they kind of knew we needed to get started really fast. So they literally, so I basically said like, ah, yes, okay, I'll do it, and then had to do the second act of the show. Did two shows on Sunday.
Oh, they
Packed up my
called you during your intermission.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were seeing a show.
No,
You
no,
were doing
I
one.
was, yeah, I was in the middle of the run. Yeah, absolutely. I got the call at intermission, did two shows the next day, packed up my life on Monday, flew to New Orleans on Tuesday, and then we'd started on Wednesday. So like, I had no prep time, which I do actually think helped in a couple of different respects. One is that like I had literally zero time to overthink it. I just had to do it,
Show
which
up.
was which was like at the time I was freaking out, but in hindsight, like I think your body just kind of takes over, and like I'm a serial overthinker, and I think I would have if I had like months of lead and prep time, I think I would have freaked out, and
Yeah.
instead I just
Well, the other thing I thought was
did it.
interesting watching you is that even when you were with me, it was musical theater. It was MT.
Yeah,
So
uh-huh.
I'm watching you.
I
I don't
know.
know if I ever even had you in a on-camera class, did I?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I
No.
don't, I mean, I know I coached you a bunch and we taped a bunch of
Yeah,
shit,
yeah, uh-huh.
but all of a sudden I'm like, wait, he's a musical theater kid.
I know, it's
Look at
funny.
him go.
Trust
What?
me. I mean, like, I'm as surprised as anyone else. I mean, like, that is all I had done up until this job. I mean, I
You
literally
hadn't
only
really been
ever
on a set for anything.
I had been a day player twice. I'd literally been a day player for like a really small freeform like,
Yeah.
ABC family movie, and then I had been a day player on a small indie comedy movie starring Rainn Wilson, and that was it. I'd spent like maybe collectively less than 10 hours on a set before this job.
Jesus.
And
That's what I was watching. I only got through episode two or three last night, but
yeah,
I was watching you going, nobody trained this man for this.
I was just figuring it out on the fly. Like really genuinely was just trying to pretend like I knew what I was doing. Not too much though. At the same time trying to like be, upfront about the fact that just I was learning on the job.
But they knew that. They looked at your
Yeah.
resume. They
Yeah,
knew
yeah, they
that.
knew. But ultimately what I found luckily was that, like acting is acting is acting. I don't really think what I at least my what I after doing this, like the basic fundamentals are the same. And sure, there's some technical things that change around between stage and screen, obviously. But like I think that difference is way overblown personally. And I think ultimately the same skills that make you a good musical theater actor versus make you a good stage actor or a good screen actor, they're all the same. Which really it comes down to like you have to say the words and you have to mean them.
You
Like
have to be
really that's
authentic. Just and
yes,
be
yeah.
authentic. Yeah.
And like yeah, like I had to learn about like you do. It's like everything gets compressed a little bit more. And you have to hit your marks and you have to, they're the technical side of things that you pick up on the job, but
And they're really long days, right?
oh my God, yes, especially on this show. It was because we were shooting in New Orleans during the summer,
Ugh.
outside mostly in 100-degree heat.
How did the physical, I don't know how you, right away, did
Uh-huh.
they throw you into the physical?
No, so you know, the lack of prep helped, I think, because the recruits, you're going through it for the first time, that like these
Yeah.
all these characters are too. You don't really know what's going on, and so you were learning as you went. Like luckily I had a bit of I eased into it because there were all of these pre-boot camp sequences that they had to shoot first, just literally because we needed our hair. Like there
Yeah.
were these kind of
Oh, right.
flashback sequences.
Right. All the flashbacks.
So that was like a really nice that helped ease me into it because I got to develop chemistry with Miles. It was basically just me and him for the first week or two doing these like a lot of it ended up getting cut. Like it's funny. Like there's a ton of those sequences that got left on the cutting room floor, but it was like a nice acting exercise just to like develop this backstory and this relationship with Miles and the friendship between Ray and Cameron is I think like it's like the foundation that the show is built around, and so that was a really nice way in. And I would say like about 2 weeks into me being in New Orleans is when we really launched into the boot camp sequence. And we had training wise, we had military advisors on set at all times. There were three active duty or retired Marines who were there to whip us into shape. And we did like we there were like prep days, we started off like basically there were a couple of days that were just about learning the basics of how to just stand
Jeez.
and and stand at attention and the facing movements and drilling and this kind of stuff. But we honestly didn't have that much time. So we were kind of just going like we were learning on the fly and anything that we needed to do physically in an episode, like before an episode, we would basically have these mini boot camps for like a day maybe or on a weekend, and we would learn the specific skills that we needed to learn for that
Yeah, but you had to
sequence.
be strong. You had to be strong to get over that wall. You had to be
Yeah.
strong to pull up on the rope. Like you had to
Yes.
be strong. I don't
And luck
remember you being a major weightlifting guy,
no, yes.
right?
I
I don't have
am
that memory of you.
historically have been a
A
scrawny
skinny
kid.
little boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I would say, luckily for me, I had happened to be in like the months leading up to auditioning. Like I had started working out just on my own more than I had in the past, just because I was like, I don't know, I was in like my early 20s and was working but had more time than I'd had in the past. And so like I was in better shape than I had been, but but also like I think that's part. It's. I think that added to it is that I am. You look at the show and I'm surrounded by these like jacked dudes, these guys
No
who are
kidding.
ripped.
Yes.
But that's just not who my character is, and it's I think it's nice and refreshing to see someone who is not necessarily like
No, but I'm
roided
watching it
out.
and I'm like, Liam, I was like worried about you. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah, right.
But your work is so intimate and authentic.
Thank you.
It really is beautiful. I was so proud of you. I was like, wow, wow. So proud of you. Um, that was wild. So how was the hair, losing your hair scene? Was that hard?
Oh, it was fun. My pup, the dog is begging for attention right now.
Get him, get him.
I no,
David
no,
has Woodley outside. I'm like,
yeah.
don't let him bother me. Um,
I thought that the Buzzcut scene was honestly I'd been looking forward to it because it's kind of it was like the through the looking glass moment of the production of you really felt like no turning back now.
yeah.
And it's like there's a legacy of that. It's fun. It's kind of the iconic moment in a lot of these boot camp shows, which there's a long legacy of that in film. You just and I think that it's fun to be part of that like thing. It was a pillar in the production, and you know there's something freeing about it. It's like it's transformational. You kind of feel like you
All
are
of a sudden, you're like in it.
yeah,
You're doing
absolutely
it. Yeah.
for sure.
Well, I have to finish watching it because I'm hooked now. Like, I
Good.
think it's a really good show. How have
Thank
the
you.
reviews been? How have
It's been uh pretty well received. I mean, kind of in a lot of ways it's already kind of surpassed my expectations of just because, it's like it's a cast full of mostly unknown people, a lot of newcomers. It's kind of different. Its tone is a little funky.
oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, sitting at like a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes right now, which is
Yeah.
kind of unbelievable. Um, and I I'm someone who serially keeps their expectations low. In the lead up to this, I just kind of already, I was keeping expectations very measured. I didn't really know what to expect from it, and it's already been more warmly and widely received than I could have hoped for. So I'm happy.
How long did it take to shoot the season? How many episodes are there?
So it's 8 episodes, but it took 2 years to shoot because we got interrupted by the strikes.
Oh, you did.
So
That's
we
right.
so we
That's
shot the
right.
first 3 episodes. Strikes hit. We went away for 9 months. We almost got canceled 3 times. Like genuinely, we like just because so many things during that time period just went away, disappeared. Um, there was a mix up at the creative level in terms of the show, and it was very touch and go for a while there. But we somehow, they decided to stick by it, and we came back for a second summer last year, and we wrapped last August. And
Wow.
then we've been sitting on it for a year. And so it's been 2.5 years.
From the
We
time you
started
found out that you were cast.
yeah, we started in April of 2023. So
Wow.
it's been a
It's
long
been a bit.
it's been my life for that last couple years,
What's life look like now?
Life is good. I mean, like it is funny to think about, I didn't live in New York before I started this. Now this is my home now.
You're living with Charlie?
I live with Charlie. I live with Charlie and until a couple of months ago, I also lived with Ted, but he moved in with his girlfriend.
Okay.
Um, I'm actually not in my house. I'm currently at my girlfriend's house, who
Okay.
lives 10 minutes away from us.
How lovely
But
is that?
yeah, but okay, I'm about to brag for, I know this is, but I'm about to brag about my
Brag,
girlfriend.
brag. This is
She's,
also, but Liam, this is also me talking
yeah,
to
of
you.
course. I
Right.
am
Like,
exactly.
yeah,
So my
this is
girlfriend
me.
Liv, my girlfriend Liv, who's my best friend from college, which is kind of lovely. We met on the first day of college, um, because we lived in the same dorm. She's making her Broadway debut this fall.
Ah!
She is currently in London because she is rehearsing. She's in the new Oedipus that is coming over from the West End, starring Mark Strong and Leslie Manville,
Wow.
and she is playing Antigone.
No. Oh my God. Look at
So,
this.
she is literally, I'm staying at her place and watching the dog, because she is literally in London,
Oh
working with.
my, you guys, like, just your stars exploded at the same time.
It's just total happenstance, and it's kind of awesome because I mean, I'm sure like there will be times in our career, in our relationships, when like one of us is working and the other one's not, but
Yeah.
it's really awesome that for the first go round for both of us, we both just it's lining up at the exact same time,
And big stuff, like big stuff.
and we get to go through it together and kind of
Oh, I
just.
love this so
Yeah,
much.
I know. I'm so excited for her.
Oh, how's she doing over there?
She's loving it. She's
Is
loving every
she?
moment. I mean, like, what was kind of freaking out at the beginning, obviously, because it's so.
Overwhelming. Well,
Yeah,
it's like a be careful what you wish for.
yeah. But apparently the room is so collaborative and warm, and it's like a really good vibe. So it's been really great for her.
So when does it open?
Got like 2 weeks. I
Oh,
mean, so yeah, because she's in London for another week because most of the cast is British still. She's one of the few Americans. So it was easier to bring her over to London than to bring everyone. So she gets back on Sunday, and then
okay.
they launch into tech on like next Tuesday,
Holy
and
shit.
then first preview is I think on like Halloween. It's at the end of the month. So it's
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
It's a lot for a relationship too.
It's honestly it's great because like this is happening, and but then it's kind of done, and I get to be I'm gonna be a stay-at-home boyfriend, for the next couple. I'm just around to like help her,
And watch the
do
dog
whatever. Exactly,
and take
exactly.
care of the dog.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. You're both like exploding. Has it felt different since the show opened? Your show?
No.
No, nobody's.
That's that's the thing. It's like that's the funny thing about it. It's you know, my no, my day-to-day life is exactly the same. You wake up on I woke up on Thursday when it comes out, and I've been preparing myself, and I've been telling myself this, that it's like you wake up and you feel the exact same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I think the students are going to want to know. Like you were one of them for
Yeah.
so long. And I
Well, I think it's really what I've been learning throughout this whole thing is that there is a big difference between the work and the game.
go on.
And I think people don't talk about that, and I think they often get conflated. And it's the weird thing about film and TV is that the work is you can do that years ago, and then you sit on it for years, and then it comes out, and you feel actually very far away from the work, which is kind of how I feel right now.
Yeah.
And then there's the game of like there's the industry and social media and press and all these things, and I think that some people think that is the work.
No,
And
it's the game. That's actually that's actually
yeah,
the game and that stuff I don't
yeah,
think anybody and I lived through it with my clients. I
right,
think they never think about the post work,
yeah,
right? The social media and the interviews
which
and
is part of building a career,
it
of
is.
course. But I think that really importantly, what I'm trying to stick by is that ultimately the thing that matters, and the thing that really matters and creates a long career, and instead of and not just like a flash in the pan or a moment, is the work. That is the only thing. That is your guiding light. That is the North Star. Nothing else matters. And sure, there's exceptions, and some people have a long, fruitful career without really, caring about the work. But I think that those are the exceptions that prove the rule, that ultimately it's like the only thing that will keep you working is
The work.
yes, yeah,
So
absolutely.
is that the biggest surprise for you? So when you were
Mm,
a young and a kid and then not so young but still at ATC,
yeah.
think about that, Liam. What didn't he know that you would want to tell him now?
Well, I didn't know that I'd be doing like TV. I thought I was going to be doing musicals for my whole life.
Yeah,
Like really, and happily so. Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest surprise, and is that it's kind of like what I just said, is that especially if you're like an ATC student and you at a young age start taking it seriously, which I think is one of the best things about ATC is that it's like I think it's a mindset thing of like it is work, but it's fruitful and it's art, but and so if you're but you spend your whole life from the time you're like 11 and you're
right.
going for this and you're like it's this idea that the goalposts are always moving. It's like I think if I told my 15-year-old self that this would be happening, and I'd be like, wow, you must be like so thrilled and satisfied and happy and you've made it. And like you get there and then you don't feel like that. You're always it's like it's hard to stay present and like take in and appreciate what's going on around you, which I'm trying
Because
to do.
why? Because why?
Because it's like because your metrics of success change because you're always looking at
Exactly.
other, you know what I mean? It's like it
But then you're out of work again too. It's like,
exactly.
I
It's
mean,
like I don't have a job right now. Like,
yeah,
it's so what I think that has taught me is that this job and the work is it's my deep love. It's my passion. It's like it's obviously what I care about. But I have found it so important to uh create a full and interesting and varied life outside of it. And I think that is vital to actually continuing to do good work because it's
do you think you
unsustainable.
did that when you were an ATC student? Do you think that,
No,
because that
it
is an
took me a
issue we
while.
have with the kids, is
Yes,
that
yes.
we, you know, I mean,
Yeah,
I did have you in class a little bit. I think I coached you more than I ever had
yeah.
in class, but that who you are as a human is still the most important thing. How you
Yes.
treat other people is still the most important thing. And having a rich and a rich life outside. This is
Yes.
what you do. This is your work.
Yes.
And it's very hard, especially
Yeah.
with a lot of these stage parents that we get,
Yeah.
to
Right.
teach them that. I think we do a
Totally.
pretty good job of it.
Yeah.
We talked to the Goodman casting director the other day. She's going to actually teach a workshop, and she said that the only place she recommends people train if they have kids is our
Mm,
place because it is so professional and it's just
hmm.
so what the industry has. But that's a challenge for us,
Yeah.
especially now, like with social media, and we have parents saying, "Oh, do my kids need
Yeah.
I'm like, no, just do the work."
Yeah. Yeah. Do the work, but then also like put it away for and do something else and
Yeah.
do something else that is artistic, that is not acting. And like I think what happened for me specifically in my experience was that like literally up until the strikes, I don't think I hadn't taken a break really since the time I was like 14.
Yeah.
Like I'd been doing shows, I'd been in school, and I hadn't been working. And I think I started my first professional gig was when I was a freshman in college, but
That was that
it was
Shakes?
it was next to normal
Yeah. Oh, it was next
at
to, oh, right,
writers.
right. I saw you
But
in that.
I stopped, but I was, I was 20 and then that went, and I was lucky. And that's the thing. It's like I'm a lucky person and a lot of people don't have that. And so I'm grateful for it. But I literally all the way up through like getting this show and shooting the first 3 episodes, I hadn't stopped. And then the strikes hit and I wasn't doing anything. And I lost it for a little while. Like I kind of went crazy because I didn't know.
What did that look like?
Well, I just moved to New York, which was great, and so that was its own, like, like you're when you move to the city, it is its own job in a sense of getting to know it. But I wasn't working. I was lucky that, like, the show paid me well enough to get me through the strike, and I didn't have to have a safety gig or whatever. But at the same time, that meant that I was just kind of sitting by myself and going crazy, and not knowing what to do with myself, and so I picked up a hobby. I picked up ceramics. I
But
make pots now. I that is what I obsess over in my free time when I'm not acting, is I throw
pro
pottery, and
clay.
like, yes. And it has been like the saving grace of my life in the last couple of years. It's the first like passion I have found that has spoken to me in the same way that acting does, that I obsess over. And in the best way. It was like eye-opening in the sense of just like, it's there's not like a one-to-one correlation between like picking up pottery and making my acting better, but also I think it does. Like, you can't necessarily draw a direct line, but it's this idea of like your world getting bigger
But
and
it's also, I would
intention,
imagine it's also focus, right? It's
intention and
exercising
focus.
focus and attention, and
Yes.
right? That is
Yes.
probably, I would think that the skill that it hits is creativity,
Yeah.
focus, and patience. That's
Yeah.
patience to do
Yeah.
ceramics. Yeah. Yeah.
And even on its like, I think it is worthwhile and valuable even if it doesn't like directly make your acting better. You know what I mean? Like, it almost doesn't matter. I think that it's important to have things that you
But didn't
love
you
and are
always
passionate
hear that?
about.
We always tried to say
Yeah.
that, is that when a casting director asks you, what do you like to do? You don't say acting. It's the
No.
last thing they
Yeah.
want to hear. They don't want to hear acting. They want to hear that you do ceramics, that you play soccer, that
Yeah.
you sing in a band. They don't want you to be one dimensional.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. And also like just for yourself too,
Yeah.
just to like have a passion that can just be for yourself, because as much as uh, we all love this industry and this medium, this art form, it's hard to it's like so many other people. There's always like these things. You can't do it in a vacuum. There's always eyes on you. You're always kind of putting yourself out there to be consumed, and that's hard.
That is the
And
truth.
and you have to learn how to like deal with that and move through it and navigate it. But it's just the reality of it.
Well, the thing about the ceramics, is that
Yeah.
it's you and the
Yes.
clay. That's
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
It's just you. I think that's a
Yeah.
gorgeous outlet. So
Yeah.
you started at ATC when you were how old?
Probably like 11,
I think
you
so.
know,
In
something
the
like that.
shows, right? In Janet's shows.
I took like acting the song, I
Yeah.
started off just in classes. And then I think I did a couple summer shows, and then eventually I joined the rep company. Yeah,
What do you
of course.
think the ATC experience gave you that other places would not give you, or that schools like New Trier didn't give you, or
Yeah.
what was it? Is there something specific?
You know, for something that has served me in the long run was just like an attention to text,
Mm,
like the basics, and I mean, like a lot of like the textual analysis skills that I picked up in the classes, I still use to this day. And
yeah,
kind of this, like, like truly honing in on the like not the flashy things, just like
good.
the real basics that you need and you rely on every day as an actor. Um,
You
and
can't phone it in. There's no
no,
phoning it. I
yeah,
was
yeah,
watching Larry Grimm. Did you ever do a show with Larry? Do you know Larry?
no, I don't think
He's
so.
a brilliant actor, a Chicago
Yeah,
actor, and I can't believe he's actually able to teach for me right now. But he's
yeah,
teaching an adult Meisner scene study class. And I was watching him teach the other day, and it's like watching an artist break
yeah,
down. And I was so happy for these students to watch him because I've seen him in a million shows, a
yeah.
million. He goes from one show to the next. Um, but I think that's what I've always wanted to do is make sure that we're getting in the basic
Yeah.
The text analysis, the character breakdown, the on top of the emotional and the mental thing about don't be
Yeah,
so
no, the
impressed with yourself.
text is king, man. Text is
Text
king.
is king.
I think
And
that just continues to be
well,
the
it answers
bottom line.
everything, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
right, like if I'm coaching and somebody goes, "Well, what do you think?" I say, "Well, what do you say?" And then what do I say? And why do you think I say that?
Yep.
I'm like, "Oh, oh."
Yep.
But to me, that's why I don't miss acting so much because that's what I love to do.
Yeah. Exactly. The breakdown of
Oh,
it
I
all.
love the
Yeah.
work. I love,
Exactly. And actually that is a great a love for the work is like something that I picked up at ATC. Absolutely. This idea that like you love the process. That I
yeah.
think is
Well, you
huge.
have to love the process
Yes.
to be authentic,
Yeah.
wouldn't you say? And I think that really resonated across all divisions, whether it was comedy or TV
Hmm.
film or MT. I think that was
Yeah.
the thing that I think we give the students. You agree with that?
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And it
Yeah.
was yeah, yeah. So what what now? What's happening now? Are you auditioning for musical theater
Oh,
again?
oh
TV
yeah. I
film?
mean, yeah, God, I would love to, I haven't done a play in 2 years, which is like such a long time for me. Um, I would love, yeah, obviously. Well, that's the thing. I think another important thing for like, kids to know is that like it never ends. Like you are always I'm swimming in the same soup that I was last week. Like I think definitely the show will like hopefully get me some more work, but like I'm still auditioning. I'm still scrapping and trying to figure out how to make it, like it doesn't a switch does not just flip overnight and all of a sudden you have like offers rolling in. It's I think that idea you got to stay scrappy, you have to keep on trying to get better and working. So what's next? I don't know. I would love, I mean, ideally a second season of this show would be great.
I don't know. I'd be shocked if you didn't get one, Liam.
Yeah, I mean, again, but that's kind of like that's out of my hands.
It's out of your hands.
But yeah, I want to get back to theater. I want to do some indie films. I want to.
Is your agent getting you auditions for New York theater?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
definitely. I've got some great reps.
You're with Stewart, right, in New York?
I'm still with Stewart. Still with Stewart. I have like lovely, lovely managers who are the best.
Good.
They're great.
Who are
Yeah,
you
no,
with?
so
Who are you with?
I'm
Management.
with Circle of Confusion.
Oh, I love the name. Don't know him, but love it.
They're great. I'm with yeah, Heather Reynolds and Anthony Aiello,
Amazing.
who they're yeah, they I met them doing a workshop. I was doing again conflicted with the show, but I'd been developing Redwood, that Adina Menzel musical. Remember
Yeah.
that one?
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
been I'd been doing the workshops for that in college and stuff. So I met them. Heather has been Adina's manager for her entire career.
Amazing.
So I met them at a workshop of that and been working together since. They're great.
And you're worth your Stewart agent, New York,
Yeah,
good friends with Christina.
yeah, totally,
They're
totally.
they're
Yeah, it's funny. I just like I see mostly on names on emails most of the time, but I think I've met her before in like maybe in the
oh,
office
Christina, yeah. Well,
once or
next time you're
twice.
home, we'll get you in and
Yeah.
everybody's gonna want to meet you. Okay, last question. I have to think of a good one. What message do you want to give this current class of ATC students?
Oh man,
Like you've been through it, Liam, right? You started when you were 11. What are you now? 20 what?
25, about to be 26
Jesus
next month.
Christ, Liam.
I know. Um,
I just can't believe you're that old.
yeah, I know, right? Still a baby in many
You
ways.
are, yes, in many ways.
Yeah, I mean that it should be fun. Like and like that, like I that's the thing. I think that which is tough to say because it's like it often isn't it
It's
often
work.
isn't.
It's
It
work.
is, but that ultimately like it should always be fun. And um if you find yourself like losing that, then like that's you got to always look for that. You got to look for the joy and the delight and the lightness in it all. Um
But is that,
and,
but is,
yeah,
but is that the performance part of it? Whether it's a play or being on set, or is there joy other places before you get to perform?
that's I mean, listen, I'm trying to figure that one out too. Like I think I've 100% is that um I've always loved the process. I've always loved the work. I've always loved doing that. And then a lot of the surrounding bullshit of the industry is tough. And it's like in trying to find the silliness through that part of it too is I'm still working on that. I'm trying to figure out even like I'm trying to figure out how to have fun with like self-tapes and auditions, you know,
Yeah.
because like that is the thing. It's like most of the time what I'm doing for work is I'm putting myself on tape. That is like still like most that is the most common thing that I do as an actor is I tape and I audition and trying to find and like I'm bad at it. I moan and groan and I kind of hate it a lot of the time, but I'm trying to find ways to like enjoy that part of the process too. Um
How do you
and
find how
yeah.
do you find authenticity in your tapes? Like how do you get to that? Because it's so
Oh, yeah.
weird. It's such a, at least when I was you, we were going
Yeah.
into casting and they were working. We were not doing tapes. We were going into casting and we were working with the casting director and they were
Yeah.
giving us immediate adjustments and notes and we were able to, well, at least I was.
I wish you that
Yeah,
that is
no
how it
kidding.
was. Oh
I
my
would,
God.
I've been auditioning a little bit and I'm
Yeah.
with Grossman Jack now. And I have
Yeah.
to tell you, I kind of hate being on
Yeah,
that.
because you're in a vacuum. It's
It's
like there's
horrible.
no
Yeah,
yeah. You used to be able to like actually
work.
be directed. Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
like get a sense of so now yeah, you're like you're sitting in a vacuum, you know, maybe with a friend in your room with your fucking ring light and
And
don't
no
like
idea really what they're looking for.
yeah, the main thing
None.
I've found is that you know, you do so many you have to you can't take every you have to let go a little bit. You can't take it all too seriously and try to make a one bold choice for a tape. Um
Unexpected? Is that what you mean?
not always unexpected. Like that's also the thing is like try not I think also like don't get wrapped up in trying to like do something no one else has done or because honestly that's kind of impossible. Like someone probably will do it. What you have to do is like what do you find like what do you like about this? What do you find interesting? What is your take on it? And like it don't and also like again everyone tells you this, but it's true. It's like you can't get into the mind of the casting directors. You can't get in the mind of you don't know what they're looking for. And so don't even try. Don't even try to guess. Like just look at it and be like, how would I do this? It's a simple thing, but it's like not how you think that the casting director wants you to do it, not how you think this so and so. It's like what do I want to do with this? And how am I gonna have fun doing this scene? And I still fail at that often.
We always said this, and I know I've said it to every
Yeah.
student, is that you better be yourself because if they're looking for you and you're trying to be
Yeah.
somebody else, you're not
Yeah.
going to get the gig.
No, of course. Of
But
course.
that's very hard. Didn't you find that
It's so
hard
hard.
as a
It's so hard.
teenager, especially when you don't know who you
Well,
are?
yeah. Well, also because like 90% of the rejection's not about you.
No.
When you don't get the job, it's like it's nothing about you or your abilities. It's because like literally it's like you're blonde and they're looking for a brunette. You know, it's
Yep.
like it's most of the times it's these things that it's like it's completely out of your control for the first part. And so like my most successful auditions, the things that I get callbacks for, oftentimes they're the ones that I do the fastest, the ones that I kind of just just go quickly, go bold, go instinctually on the first tape, you know, kind of set it and forget it a little bit, you know, is
Oh, I
and
love that. I love that. Send
and
it,
then
get it. Yeah.
And then like for the callback, that's when you do the like really like do it. Because honestly, I mean, maybe don't I mean this I don't know if this is great advice for like 12-year-olds or not, but like at this point in my life and as a working actor, it's like you do so many self-tapes, you can't care about every single one that much. You have to just like
No,
you
it's
have to
great
do
advice for every, no, you have to
yes.
hear it in the fact that the work is good and you're proud of
Yeah,
it,
no, you try
but you
your
can't
best.
be committed. Yeah, and then you move
But
on.
it's not going to be perfect. It's
Right.
going to like also like like no one cares about lighting. No one cares of your self tapes. No one cares about the backdrop.
No.
Just like you don't have to like do it in your bathroom for all you care. Like truly just send that first tape out. Do something interesting and bold in the first one. Send it out and then forget about it. And then when you get the call back, that's when you dig in and that's when you like really really do all of that. But like and maybe for like an audition you really care about, then you'll do it. But like for the most part, like for this audition for the core or for I mean it used to be called the core for Boots, like I don't know, I just kind of threw it out there for the first one. Like really, I did not spend that much time on the first tape of this show.
Were you surprised you got called back?
Oh yeah. I'm
You were.
surprised. I'm still surprised I'm in the goddamn show, Carol. Again, you know me. I'm like a Marine? Like,
Yeah. No,
yeah,
it's
no, of
interesting
course.
casting. It's interesting casting.
Yes, I was well, that's again, and I think in that sense that helped me during the whole process because I never expected to get it.
Yeah.
I really I did the chemistry read and I was like, well, this has been interesting and it's been fun
Nice
and
to meet you. I'm
nice to
moving.
meet
Yeah.
like no, yeah, totally. But I think that was an a lesson in exercise of
How
letting
the hell
go.
did you go back on stage after finding out you booked it? How did you get that focus back to finish the second half of
I
the
think
show?
that the second act was probably it was faster, I think, I think I think I think that it was a quicker second act than normal.
Yeah.
Um I honestly no, I was probably I yeah, I was
You're
I
probably,
was
I like, where did you file that information and then go back on stage for once?
but that's the magic of what we do is that, I was feeling crazy and I was thinking about New Orleans, but also like I do like I remember like about halfway through that act because also that play is I mean like I'm in love with that play
I
that
love
to this
that
day
play.
that and that
Yep.
production was to
I
this day
can't believe I missed that.
my favorite
I
thing I've
love
ever
that
done
play. I
favorite
love
thing I've
that play.
ever done and
Even
it's true
more
it's
than
like
next to normal?
yeah yeah yeah
Really?
I lost but like the thing I like yeah, I did it's like I lost myself in the play about halfway through that second act there's this long stretch where like it's one when you're putting the band together and you're doing you're on stage and there's this long sequence where you're like recording the record and it was like that's the thing it's like that yeah I fell into it again and that's kind of the goal always it's you try to be present as much as you can
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
again you often fail
Did you
at
get a
that.
chance to call your mom before you went back on stage?
No I didn't I told them when I got home
Oh my
because
God,
yeah
that's
yeah
crazy.
yeah.
That,
Okay, second, this just is going off the second point of like just things to tell the 12-year-olds, which is that um failure, you got to become comfortable with it and in fact like love it. That is like the thing that I have really more
okay,
than
you tell
anything.
me how you can learn to love. I can see how you
You
can learn
don't.
to
You don't.
file
You
it, but
I
love
hate
it?
it. No,
Yeah.
I obviously still hate it because I'm a fucking perfectionist.
Yes,
I
you
am.
are.
It's like and I have like those tendencies and I'm still deeply uncomfortable with it. But it is just that is part of the job. And I think if you're not failing on a regular basis, then you're not actually taking risks and you're not doing the job either, you know?
Interesting. Yeah.
Um that is something that I'm still working on, is being comfortable with failure. It's
But are you
yeah.
equating, if you're equating failure with not getting the job, that's
Not, no,
dangerous.
not that.
Okay,
Not
because
that.
that's not failure. That's the
No,
business.
no, no,
Right.
no, that's not Phil. I'm talking about like, you know, um, in rehearsal or on set on a day, like I mean you have to get comfortable with rejection too.
Yeah.
Don't like but
That's
don't
that is that's
don't
different.
forget that, which is different. I'm talking more about just like failure, like in the sense of like I didn't that scene didn't go the way I wanted it to.
Got
The
it.
That rehearsal didn't. That like this choice that I made,
Didn't
you know,
work.
didn't work. Um, all of that stuff. It's like, I think that has been a really big lesson that I've tried and I'm still working on.
I think we all are. I got news
Yeah,
for you.
yeah,
I'm like 67. We're
yeah.
all still
It'll
trying to
never
work
and,
on
and
that.
it never ends
It
too.
doesn't
Yeah,
end.
it'll never end.
It doesn't end.
Exactly.
I think it doesn't knock as much wind out of you because if you're
Yeah,
lucky, you wake up tomorrow when you get to try again. But I
exactly.
think for me, I'm still dealing with it. I mean, I think we do. If we take life seriously, we
Yeah.
all, that's how that goes.
The famous thing, it's like can't take yourself too seriously, but you do take the work deadly seriously.
Yeah.
It's like,
But I
but
think that was always the thing with you, even when you were young. You always, even when you were 12 and 14 and 15, you always took the work. You worked with Adam too, right?
yeah,
Goldstein.
oh God. I mean, Adam was foundational in so many ways. I just adore that man.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, between you and me, the musical theater division when Adam took over just blossomed with love for the work.
maybe the most important thing to tell your kids is like, um, just be a good person.
Yeah.
That's how, like, no one
Yes.
actually works with assholes in this industry. It's very rare. It's very rare. And maybe you get like one shot if you're an asshole, but people know, people talk. It's like you and being a genuinely nice person will do more for you than pretty much anything else.
Anything. And so when Seth told me that, and
Yes.
then Adam took over that department, it's like the whole world changed because
Yeah.
his he's everything you said. He's a rock
Yeah.
star and he's
I love that
smart and
man.
he's a great director and he's um everybody feels about him
Yeah.
the way you do. All right, I'm going to let you go. I love you so
It
much.
was so good to talk to you.
Well,
So good
even
to
if I
catch up.
wasn't doing a blog on you, I needed to I have some great photos of you too that I have great photos of you
Yeah.
and
Just
me.
of me and like Oliver, back
Oh
in the
my
day.
God, back in the day. Was that your first show?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was the first one. I was the Artful Dodger and Oliver
Well, then you
Brinkley.
did Bonnie and Clyde. That was a steamy. Your mom had a little trouble with that one. That was, again.
Yeah, I know. I
Then
know.
where was
So,
I letting that happen?
you know what? I made it out okay. I think I'm pretty
You're,
well adjusted and
I'm so
fine,
happy that
so
we didn't damage you too much.
yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna go watch another ep, but I'm so just from me, I'm so proud of you, Liam.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I really do. I love you so much, and I'm so proud
Thank
of
you.
you. And
Uh,
you know, I'm always right here for anything. And
big
when you're
hug.
home and you need
Oh,
to put anything on tape, you'll just come to the
I'm gonna
studio.
need I need a squeeze from you when I'm home. That's
Oh,
what I
good.
need.
Oh, good. Me
Yeah, come
too. I
on.
miss you guys. I
Yeah.
miss you all so much. All right. Well, I'll see you in a couple weeks at
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.